Hey coaches, this is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. How are you guys doing today? Hey, talked to a coach friend of mine, and we got into talking about he's running kind of a spread jet offense, which is similar to my double wing speed kind of spin stuff that I've been doing for a while. Versus the Beast, which he's been running for several years also, but got bored, wanted to introduce sort of a double wing type spread offense, and they've been practicing that a while, and didn't win their game this past weekend, and one of their backs got hurt. And so we started talking about why the Beast formation works over maybe a spread formation sometimes, and what that is, and I was talking to him about power defense in a penetrating defense versus a read pursuing defense that has speed. So out of all that, I wanted to do this video. So that's what we're going to do. So let's take a look at it before we get started. Please subscribe below. But we're going to look at the Beast formation versus spread speed, and kind of why one will work versus another sometimes. And get into that. So let's jump right in. So let's see. So this is my Beast left tank. Most of you guys that know me, I run the Beast offense, Power Wing Beast offense. This is part of it. This is one of about 6 offenses, 5 offenses or something like that that's in the Power Wing Beast offense. And so we run this. It's a quick hit the whole power offense, and we'll tear up really pursuing reading defense that aren't trying to penetrate and bring the offensive line down. So works great against teams that are really fast and play more of a kind of a 5-3, 3-3-5 defense, not kind of a gap 870 or 6-2-ish kind of defense. So but it is very productive against those also, but it's better against a pursuing defense that kind of plays back. And so that's that play out of the Beast offense, which is the Beast power play, 16-7. It's a 17-18 power right there, depending on where the hole hits. So, and I call it Beast left tank. And there it is again with the defense. That's a 6-2. Wide tackle it looks like, and you can kind of see what's going to happen there. They've even shifted a little bit, but that tackle is going to get popped, and a lot of stuff's going to happen. And this is really a good play for us. We get touchdowns a lot on this play, and that's what the other coach was saying, is that he was running something more like this, which is kind of a spread 2-mode jet. I think he was running it more back here and around, and they're spinning kind of stuff. But you can get the idea in what, I guess, this is where we were talking about speed. A power offense versus a speed defense seems to work a little bit better if you don't have the speed to get to the outside. And we were talking about an old coach from the 50s, and I forget, I just can't remember the name. But if the defense has more speed than your tailback, he's probably not going to get to the outside. And I know that I run my speed spread offense, which is similar to this right here. And some of that is in the Power Wing Beast offense book. Flexbone, there's a lot of, it's double wing spread. It's all this jet motion, kind of outside stuff with some inside power. But, if you don't have the speed to set up the sweep, then all those inside runs and counter runs inside don't really work that well. They'll work okay, but you're really not going to get it. And I usually tell folks that want to run that, you really need 2 speed backs. Definitely 1, but 2 will make that system work. If you don't really have the speed, and that's the reason I've kind of named that double wing spin, spread, jet offense speed, because if you don't really have speed, I don't really prefer it. And so I get into situations where I'll install that along with the beast and probably an offset eye during the season. I usually run 3 different formations. But, I'll look at the opponents that we've got coming up and determine if I'm going to be able to really pull out the speed offense and run that effectively as my base for that game versus beast or maybe an offset eye or the power eye that I run. And the reason why is if you don't have the speed, these linebackers in corners and safety can get that right here if the DN kind of stalls that out. And that's what we see all the time. They'll just drag you out to here, and all that speed is they'll get you. And that's what we've got there. The one thing that the beast tank plays, and the inside beast tanks, and they can also run out of center here for that if you want. I usually run them under center for tank. It's such a quick hitting hole that their speed doesn't help them. Usually they're lighter linebackers. They're really good at pursuing. And if you've got kind of a big beast back that can run in traffic, they're probably going to get surprised that they bounce out of there. 2, they may not be big enough to tackle them, and you've got your 4 yards. And 3, I guess, it's the surprise. They're not big enough to tackle them. And then it hits so quick and hits the line so fast that you're picking up 2 or 3 yards versus this drag out here where they have time to get you back here. We're already here at 2 yards, and at the same time you're here trying to run a sweep and they're seeing it. So that's really the difference between this kind of a speed reading defense that's going to read you and then drag you out versus kind of this power defense that wants to penetrate, which is good for a beast tank team. So if you're going up against kind of a really, really fast defense, this stuff looks good, but if you're not passing, then you've got to set up everything with the sweep, and it's really difficult to run that offense effectively if you don't have the speed. And that's where he was saying, they went down the field, they did some good stuff, they got a lot of yards, they weren't scoring. The first or second time he runs beast tank, they score on the play because, 1, their linebackers were just shocked and surprised. It hit so fast. And then you're running kind of this spread and beast together. And I actually have a piece of film I need to dig out. But one of a coaches who's coaching a 7th or 8th grade team now, he's running the spread along with the beast. And he says teams are having a hard time adjusting to that. So that's true, because we've done that too. But getting back to this main premise of this video, which is kind of miscombobulated here, I think, is what you really got to figure out when you got your offense is, do you have the speed to get to the outside? If you don't have the speed to get to the outside, then running all that cool Flexbone jet sweep stuff doesn't really work that well. And that's where a power offense will work better against a very speedy defense, because you can just hit them and run over them, and you're hitting the hole faster and at least getting your 2 or 3, 4 yards. So that's really the point I'm trying to make in that. If you agree with that or don't, leave me some comments below. Like the video or don't like the video. Here's all my playbooks now. It's a ton of stuff out there you can go get. Most of this stuff you can find for free on YouTube or at coachparker.org. But if you want to buy the playbook, well, it's nice and organized and pretty in a nice PDF format. Here it is. You can do that here. Again, this is Coach Parker with coachparker.org. Thanks for joining me today. Please remember to subscribe below if you get a chance and hit the notification button. That really helps me out with Google. Check out my playbooks. Head over to coachparker.org Remember to play for fun, and winning is funner. Stay safe. I will see you guys next time. Ciao.